Hey everybody. So when I look at these three types of economic systems, the neoclassical, the environmental, and the ecological economics, the one that my most idealistic self is drawn to is ecological economics. And it's primarily because of its emphasis in the preservation of natural capital and its posture that the economy is really just a subsystem of the ecological systems of Earth. That makes a lot of sense to me, and it really seems like it makes a lot of biological sense because the economy can't even happen without the foundation of ecological functions. So while environmental economics goes way beyond neoclassical economics, especially in the terms of putting a price tag on all the negative externalities that are produced in our economy, it still seems to put too much emphasis on economic health in its decision-making process. It seems like it's a carryover from the neoclassical in some of those ways about like emphasis on economics, right? So, and ecological economics makes the environment way more of a priority, which I think is important. And as I contemplated some of the thinking around how we price negative externalities, I don't think we can quantify a lot of things into pragmatic charts and prices that we can use to put more accurate value onto ecosystem services. So I think it's a little flawed in a way. Though the progressive work of Robert Costanza from one of our readings and others who are working and doing great things to really show the value of nature, which is super important, there was still something missing for me in the idea of valuation to begin with. And that is that some things are beyond valuation. They are literally priceless. It's like, how do we put a value on experiencing a beautiful sunset over the ocean without pollution obscuring our view? Or how do we put a value on the feeling that we have when we are inside an ancient forest that has trees that have lived for thousands of years, that were here before Christ even became a concept or a religion, right? It's these types of questions that push me really strongly into the direction of ecological economics, because nature and so many of the offerings from nature are priceless and need to be preserved, not because of the quantifiable value that we as humans can assign to it, but because of the value that we can't assign to it, the pricelessness of it all. I do think that it's a pretty far leap for the modern world to make that kind of collective connection to the natural world. And I do think environmental economics is a wonderful, amazing stepping stone in the right direction, and can drastically slow down the destruction of the natural world and bring important environmental topics into a lot of our economic conversations and structures. And that would make me very happy. But if I could snap my fingers and magically change our economic paradigm in America and in most modern places, it would be to a paradigm of ecological economics, because ecological economics seems the closest to embodying that kind of thinking at the current moment. And I feel like there's lots of new systems and lots of new schools of thought that are evolving and coming up, but yeah, I think there's some goodness in all of those systems, but I really feel most drawn to the one that puts nature at the center, and it lets everything else kind of grow around that, and that it puts the emphasis that nature is the source of our economies and our wealth and everything. It's not just there to value and be a part of like our structure. We need to be a part of its structure and our thinking and our designs and our biomimicry of all these natural systems, including mimicking our economic system after nature. So there you go. Thank you. Later.